Hello, I'm Kristen Oakes-White.
And I'm Avery Davidson. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week.
$84 million a year. That's how much Louisiana alligator farmers make from selling every part of the alligator. But what they do to protect the species in the wild is priceless.
In Livingston Parish, there's a place you could drive by and never even notice called C&M Gator Farm that releases more than 3,000 alligators back into the wild every year. That's the sound of new life, hatched with a little help. Kristen Wall works with her family at C&M Gator Farm in Livingston Parish. For 63 days, the eggs have been in this room, an incubator where the temperature is monitored closely. There's a very good reason why Wall keeps her eye on the thermometer.
If we can collect the eggs early enough in the process from when they're laid and we bring them back to the farm, we can actually control the sex of the gator based off of the temperature at which we keep the incubator. So if it is kept at 85 degrees, the turnout will be 80% females, and if it's kept at 90 degrees, the turnout will be 80% male. So we like to keep it in the middle for whenever we return them back into the wild. It needs to be kind of split sex, that way the gators can reproduce in the wild and we can continue to do this.
Mid-August begins a 3-week hatching period when Wall and her family remove about 35,000 baby alligators from their shells and to begin another year of alligator farming.
They're raised here in these barns, they're fed twice a day, they're fed real well compared to the wild. So they'll grow, on this farm, they'll grow 3 times faster here than they would in the wild.
This is about how big they are when it's time to harvest, about 4 feet long. The red tape is around their mouths for my protection, so it's not used when they're in these barns.
Hey, that was my windscreen.
After harvest, the Walls bring the skins into this room and cover them in salt, where they sit for at least 24 hours before being packed and shipped to a tannery. But here's the really cool part about what C&M Gator Farm does. Every year, they release about 3,500 alligators back into the wild. When alligators lay their eggs in the wild, they're vulnerable to predators, bad weather, and flooding. Wall says on average, only 10% of alligators hatched in the wild survive to adulthood.
When we go and collect them and bring them back here to a safe place, we are saving so many gators, and then we're growing them to a size to where they can be released back into the wild and they're able to fend for themselves.
Like Kristen said before the story, every part of the gator is sold and used. The heads and feet are used to make collectibles. The meat is tasty, especially when you get it blackened from your favorite restaurant. And even the innards, while quite disgusting, have a use. So I was really surprised by that, you know, we know that with cattle, everything is used. We know that with pork, everything is used. To find out that everything is used with the alligators as well, and that they even have to grow them a certain length based on what folks are looking for.
Well, you know what I'm going to ask you is, what did you bring me back? And this would have been something that I really would like to see a souvenir from.
Well, there was no Chanel purse there. In fact, Chanel is no
Boots?
longer, no, none of that.
Belt?
I thought about bringing you a baby alligator, but then you'd have had to feed it, and no, you'd have gotten attached. That would have been bad. Next time, though, baby alligator.